So my name is Caitlin Weiss. I'm from America, but I love Germany. I think that is one of my favorite accents. I love the sound of it. It's very soft. I know it doesn't have that reputation, but I think Deutsch is super, super, super schön. I also live in Spain for a very long time, like 3 years, in southern Spain. So I can pick Andalucía en Spanish como hablante nativa. La gente cuando me conoce cree que soy de ahí, que me hace gracia. I can also do received pronunciation. I have been trained in RP. I have also been trained more in the 18th, 19th century version of that with the aspirated who, what, where, as well as the flipped R of, for example, experiment. That was more common back in the day. But I can also kind of do like a bit more of a multicultural kind of straight English, like South London kind of stuff. You know, like Kate Tempest, if you know that performance artist. I think she's great, just great. And then I can also do kind of Southern because I was born in Arkansas but grew up in North Carolina. So my kind of, it's like a mix, a melange, if you will, of like all the Appalachians. So, but then I can also do Texan. Texan is a bit more specific, a bit more twangy, you know. Like, there's no basement in the Alamo, Sally, from Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure. But I can also do more of a, you know, Mississippi Delta dialect. I was trained in that as well for Cat on a Hot Tin Roof back in college. And my grandmother, who was very aspirational, now she would put on this accent just to sound highfalutin. She would say Martha Cooper instead of Martha Cooper, which was this woman's actual name. There were R's in there. People think that I'm actually from Seattle where they drank milk. Or sometimes I get California as well, which is like a little bit more of perhaps an uptick, maybe a little bit more vocal fry, but like not super different from kind of like the cool way that young people talk anyways. Well, and so now I live in Brooklyn, right? Like, man, I went on a date with this dude from Bay Ridge like a month ago. It was like being in some sort of like mobster movie. It was wild. Every single person in this bar was like super thick Bay Ridge accents. Oh yeah, but ain't that right? I forgot. See, it's starting to mix up. I also went to school though in St. Paul, Minnesota, so I can do a little bit of that more nasal kind of Midwestern thing, don't you know? And I really loved it out there. I thought people were really, truly very nice. You know, there's that thing about Minnesota nice. And then I can also kind of do a bit of an Irish accent, but that one a bit, you know, I don't have the training for that one as much. And then I get a bit confused because sometimes I kind of mix that one up with Scottish, you know, and I don't want either of those to sound stereotypical. So it's a bit, distinguishing between those is a bit more difficult. And then, you know, like, I like to listen to the Beatles, and sometimes that Liverpool kind of gets mixed in there too. And it's hard for me, obviously. I sound, I think, more like a man when I do a Liverpool accent. And that, you know. So, yep, that's just me playing around with accents and dialects.